This is the WattsUp Pro. It's very useful for being able to monitor your energy consumption. You might use it to monitor the power consumption of a television, maybe compare LCD versus LED television. You might use it to study phantom loads. You've got power bricks plugged in and you want to be able to measure that. So monitoring the energy consumption of an air conditioner or a refrigerator or something like that. And so the way it operates is that you end up plugging this into your power outlet, into your plug, and then it has its own outlet here. And what it's doing is it's measuring the power from this, so that's running through the device there. It plugs into the computer or to a LabQuest via USB, and it comes with its own special USB cable here. So it's got the mini USB on one end and standard USB on the other. And it plugs into the port here on the side, so you plug that one in there. And then when you're ready to use it with the device, it plugs in via USB. So on a LabQuest 2, we're actually going to plug it into the USB port. So now I'm going to use the WattsUp to actually compare some light bulbs. I have 3 different light bulbs, an incandescent bulb, a compact fluorescent, and an LED light bulb. And I can compare the power consumption by those. So what I will do is take them and screw them into the socket, and I will have the power strip plugged into the WattsUp Pro to be able to measure that. So the first thing I need to do is to plug it into the WattsUp Pro. And what I'll do is we're looking here just the meter, and right now it's saying 0 watts, and I'm just going to screw in the incandescent bulb and we can see what happens on the meter when I do this. And so the power consumption jumps up there to, I've got about 50 watts there. And so I can unscrew that. And so that just lets me see that it's working right now. And then if we take a look at this part of the screen, if we look at our default collection parameters, it's time-based, 1 sample per second for 600 seconds. So it's a 10-minute collection. So it's set for maybe you to measure the power consumption as you turn on some different devices and monitor it over time. It'd be very easy to set it up and let it run for, say, 24 hours if you wanted to. So you could let it go for a lot longer time. I'm going to shorten this time up to 1 minute. So it's easy to do. I just tap on where it says duration, and I just need to shorten that up to 60 seconds. And so I'll just tap there where it says 600. I'll do 60. Say OK or done. There we go. OK. So we've changed our duration to 60 seconds. Now we're ready to collect some data. So I'm going to press the collect button, and it's going to start collection there. And so right now it's reading 0. And then I will screw in the incandescent light bulb, and we see the power consumption increase there. I'll let it run along there for a few seconds. Then I will unscrew that bulb, switch to the compact fluorescent, and we see the power consumption go up for it. Let it run for a few more seconds. Then lastly, I will try the LED light bulb. And we see the power consumption for that one. So now we have some data, and we might want to analyze this and look at our power consumption of the different bulbs. And our graph auto-scaled, so it made it as large as possible given the data we've collected. So we've got some data here. Let's do a little analysis. And it is auto-scaled our graph. And the first one is the incandescent. There's our compact fluorescent and our LED. So I might just want to examine values at the top of each peak just to get some reading of that. And so if I tap there, I end up with a little over 52 watts there on the meter. If I tap here, I'm getting 21 watts there. And if I tap some point over there, I'm ending up with like 7.5 watts. And so we see that the LED uses a lot less energy than the incandescent light bulb. So again, the WattsUp Pro is used to measure the power consumption of electrical items in the home. There are other versions of this for other countries, and so we're using the 120. They may be using the 220 voltage, so the different versions there and different frequencies. And so it's very useful to be able to monitor your energy consumption. So if you're doing investigations involving that, the WattsUp Pro is definitely a good device to use.